guys, and welcome back to Speak Freely. Here we celebrate the freedom of speech, and today we are going to be reacting to this street interview, and basically he's going around, I believe this is Venice Beach, California, so very progressive area, and asking people like, do they still trust Black Lives Matter, the organization. We're gonna go right into it, but before you do like the type of videos, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support this channel further, you can donate. My PayPal and Cash App link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, subscribe. Other than that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. All right, here we go.
$16 million of 60 of missing
donation records.
Wow.
They found a way to profit off of that social issue, and they don't know where the money is going at all.
What's going on, everyone? James Klug here. The Black Lives Matter organization brought in $90 million of donations in 2020 alone, but since then, there have been numerous red flags raised. So do people still trust Black Lives Matter? Today we're in Los Angeles, and we're gonna find out. Let's go talk to some people. Thoughts about the Black Lives Matter organization? I want your honest opinion.
I don't see anything wrong with the Black Lives Matter organization. Yeah. I think they do really good. They have a really good program going on.
Do you support the Black Lives Matter organization?
100%.
The actual national organization. What do you think about that?
I think it's a great idea, especially because, you know, I'm a black person, minority in this world. And there's other people that are black that don't like to speak up because of the problems, and there is people who are like that. So I think that's a very great reason to promote Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. It really brought unity to our nation, I think. And I think that this has been a necessary convo for years.
I couldn't give you a straight answer to that because I don't know where the money's going. I don't know if it's real. I don't know what's fake news. So
money's a concern. You agree with her?
Yes, I do agree with that. I mean, I support the cause. I support the cause, but I mean, I would love to know where the money is going, yes.
Do you agree with them on that, or are you kind of neutral on this?
No, I agree.
So
stopping it there. Okay, there was a couple of things that said that I completely disagree with. They brought us together. How?
According to a new study, the Black Lives Matter movement is linked to more than 9 in 10 riots across America. The study defines riots as demonstrations in which any demonstrator engages in violently disruptive or destructive acts as well as mob violence. According to the data collected by the U.S. Crisis Monitor, the U.S. experienced 637 riots between May 26th and the 12th of September. Out of these, 91% of those were riots linked to the Black Lives Matter movement.
Okay, sure, whatever. In saying that they speak up about causes, that they are a voice for the people. What causes do they speak up for? Because the only time they ever speak up is when a white cop shoots a black person. That's it. But the overwhelming amount of black homicides that actually happen that's black on black, they don't say a word. They don't talk about the over 70% of single motherhood in the black community. That is a direct negative effect or correlation of why it's been harder for black people to climb up the economic and social ladder. Oh, probably because they want to dismantle the traditional households anyway. They don't speak about the fact that black people or people of color is the highest percentage when it comes to abortions. So the birth rate in the black community has basically stunted and stagnated, which is weird because that was the purpose of Planned Parenthood from the beginning. That's how it was birthed from Margaret Sanger, basically sterilizing people that she felt was undesirables in society. And then black people came along and finished her job for her. So what causes are they talking about? I mean, they don't even care if a black cop kills a black person. They only care when white cops kill black people, which is literally the tiniest minority and problem when it comes to black deaths in the black community. I'm not saying they're right, I'm not saying they're okay, and I'm not saying that's not a problem, and I'm not saying it shouldn't be fixed. But wow, you think if they really were about black lives, they would actually attack the #1 killer of black people. But they don't. So what the hell are they talking about? What are they speaking up about? What issues are you talking about that they're bringing to light? Anyway, let's continue.
It's really interesting that you guys bring that up because that's what we're talking about today, actually. Okay. Black Lives Matter, the organization, has suspended fundraising. They stopped fundraising after states such as, Washington or California threatened them with legal action for being out of compliance. They have $60 million of missing donation records, and they've been the Black Lives Matter organization.
They have $16 million of 60 of missing
donation records.
Wow, did not know that.
Do you, after hearing that, do you trust the Black Lives Matter organization?
Well, if they're getting sued for that amount of money, there has to be some type of truth to it. But I'm not too privy on to that, what's going on, so I wouldn't have a problem with trusting them.
The movement is beyond the money. The money isn't going to change the true problems. What's going to change the true problems is conversations like this, talking to people that you don't typically talk to the same way you talk to your best friend, seeing everybody like it is. We're all reflections of each other, right? So ultimately what they're doing with the money, I think that...
$60 million, that's a substantial amount.
That's a substantial amount, no doubt.
So I think the guy's point was going to be, no matter, it doesn't matter what they're doing with the money. Like, it does matter what they're doing with the money, because it's called just being honest and transparent. What they're doing with the money is a direct reflection of what they say their objective is. If they say their objective is to help the black community, and none of that money is actually going to the black community except their black pockets, then it's a direct reflection on the organization itself. One guy who was like, well, I'm uneducated and ignorant about this, so I'm still gonna trust them anyway. The appropriate response would have been like, you know what, I actually don't know about that, let me go do my research, and if that is true, then I will re-examine the amount of trust I have for this organization. Not like, well, I'm ignorant, so I'm just gonna continue to blindly follow. Like, what? Okay, let's continue.
Missing donations?
Missing donation records. There's just no record of them at all. It's $60 million. And they're out of compliance in multiple states. The co-founder resigned. The board is giving no comments on these missing donation records. Do you guys trust the organization?
Now that you explain it like that, no, not really.
Hell no.
I think it's important to look into it and figure out where the money is going, because I think a lot of people were in support of the cause and hence why they donated. So the fact that the money has just like disappeared and it hasn't gone to the people that it's supposed to help, I think that should be brought into question and people should challenge that.
I agree. For sure. I've got no clue where the money's going, to be honest.
The BLM 10 chapters, BLM chapters across the U.S. have called for an open investigation into how the organization spends its money. Because, you know, they said they gave chapters money. Chapters are saying they didn't receive any money. So there's been a lot of red flags raising, and we're asking people, do you still trust the Black Lives Matter organization if you did at one point, or if you never did, why?
It's kind of a...
Loaded.
Yeah, I see. Well, I mean, like any other organization, if it was up to me, I'd be like, you know what? You got to prove your track record. You got to go out there and validate, you know, if you received it, where's the documentation, where's the tracking? That's with anybody, whether it's Black Lives Matter or any other organization. They should be held accountable. If they're asking for money and one company is saying they got it, another company is saying they didn't, somebody's got to prove something. Somebody's lying.
The 60 million, yeah, that's a substantial amount, but my hope is that they're doing whatever they need to be doing with the best regard for the community. You know, I don't know too much about what they're doing in the back office, but my hope is that
you're hoping it's good.
They're progressing us, yeah.
Do they keep good records though?
Not at all.
Well, you gotta keep good records when you're getting all the money.
Do you trust the organization or no? What do you think?
To be fully honest with you, I don't know enough about it, but in terms of like black people, I love them and fully support them.
So Charity Watch, it's a popular charity website that basically grades charities. They give A through F, and for Black Lives Matter they put a question mark because they're genuinely not even sure where they literally have looked into it and have come to the same conclusion you guys have. This it's not the CEO, but one of the higher ups at Charity Watch described it as basically like a ghost ship packed with cash, headed in no direction at all.
Any group of people, whoever they are, could potentially, you know, not necessarily use the funds in the best way. I hope it's not the case with BLM. I hope that you know, the question mark is soon erased.
Do you still trust the Black Lives Matter organization?
Definitely, because at least at the heart of what they're doing is not just meaningful but necessary. So if you want to, you know, you can't continue any kind of movement free of charge.
Do you trust BLM?
I don't trust anything that I donate to anymore.
I never did trust them.
You never did? Why did you never trust them?
I just secondhand information of some things I heard that the actual organization is spouts things that I disagree with.
They found a way to profit off of that social issue, and they don't know where the money is going at all. I mean, I'm sure people who are behind it know where it's going, straight to their pockets.
So what we're talking about here is like basically lack of transparency with donation records, though. BLM 10, a group of 10 Black Lives Matter chapters, has called for an investigation into how the organization spends its money. You still say yes, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that one guy just like, I don't care what you say, I'm still going to support them, is because this is part of his ideology, period. This is basically someone who practices cognitive dissonance on a daily basis. You don't have to immediately go like, oh, you said that to me, therefore I no longer support them, because probably your support was weak as fuck anyway, or you're just saying it because you thought you were supposed to say it. If you still want to support them, the correct way to show that you at least have some intelligence and some critical thinking skills, or you're not just saying it because you're some part of some ideological cult, is, oh, let me look into that so I can see if that's true, and if that's true, then let me reassess, right? But he's like, nope, I don't care if they're literally shoving the money up their own assholes. I am still going to support them. He's saying at the heart of the issue, at the heart of it, they have their hearts in the right place. How do you know that if they're not even being transparent about where the money goes? Again, where the money goes is a direct reflection of what the objective is. If their true objective is to help Black people or Black communities, then that's where the money would go. But you don't even know where the money is going, so how can you know where their heart is if there's no evidence or any proof of that? And the fact that you don't even care that there's a paper trail where the money goes, you probably don't look into it anyway. You probably have never done any research about the organization anyway. So therefore, how do you know where the heart is? To me, what I'm seeing right now, this man is exhibiting, is he actually has no education on the organization. He's just blindly following it because it's a part of his ideological cult. Anyway, let's continue.
I understand it's charity and so they got to get paid, but I just don't go with them anymore. I go directly to either our church or, like I said, we go right to my post. We bring them in, we feed them, we help them. They need money for rent, we'll give it to them because we know exactly where it's going.
The co-founder of Black Lives Matter, Patrisse Cullors, she recently bought 4 homes for $3.2 million. What do you think about that?
Yeah, they all do it. Look at these politicians on $200,000 a year jobs. They're Pelosi's worth $250 million. Come on, man, I'm from Chicago. That's the most corrupt city in the business, man. Everybody, they all take care of each other, man. That's how we do it.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate, yeah.
Amazon took Black Lives Matter, the organization, off of their charity platform. Charity Watch gave them a question mark for their rating for the charity. And everyone's wondering where the money's going, but nobody's commenting on where the money's going. So
maybe they should look into that. I don't know, but that sounds crazy right there. If it's not going to the right people or like destinations, they should probably like look into that. Maybe get some different people in charge, like he was saying, because that ain't right.
Amazon took them off of their charity platform. You have Charity Watch that gave them a grade, and instead of A through F, they just gave them a question mark. Right. There's $60 million in donation records that are missing right now. Have you guys heard about this?
Yeah. I've heard about it.
Yeah, a little bit. I haven't recently because I've been out of the country for a few months. Some other nefarious people got involved in it after it got going, and that's where it started going downhill.
Yeah.
If you get people do the research, they'll see that.
When you're quote unquote looking for transparency, there's too many areas in our government and our political system that are completely and utterly obfuscated. So you have absolutely no idea what's going on with them. I mean, Citizens United. Oh, well, that's fine. We'll just give them any number amount of money. It's okay though. It doesn't matter that we're buying our politicians, but clearly it's a huge thing to shut down Black Lives Matter for it.
If they were taking donations right now, would you give them your money if they were taking donations online?
Absolutely.
So the other guy who said he wouldn't give it to any charities also mentioned about how politicians, corrupt career politicians who are supposed to be making only around $250-something thousand a year, always walk away with millions upon millions in their bank account. Strange. And he also said a lot of charities are like this, which he's correct. A lot of charities are like this. But BLM never, I don't think BLM ever said they were a charity or a nonprofit. I think that's why they get away with it sometimes. There has been some BLM members or organizers or leaders that have been in the news for this, so they have been getting arrested and they have been getting in trouble, but a lot of the ways they confiscate or get around the laws is I don't think they ever declared themselves as an actual charity or a nonprofit, and they they don't actually take the money themselves. They funnel the donations through a third party, and I think that's how they can kind of get away with the laws. It's really up to the people to pay attention. If they never directly said we're a nonprofit and they never directly said to you we are a charity, then that's how they get away with the laws, because they never said that to you. You just assumed it. You know, they just said we're an organization and we want to protect Black lives, and you gave them money, right? Anyway, the other guy is not consistent because he had an issue with politicians taking too much money and not being transparent about where their money is coming from, which I agree. But he doesn't care that Black Lives Matter is doing the exact same thing, so you're not consistent with your values. It just, again, is ideology, not values, standards, or principles. Anyway, let's continue.
Let's say if they're still taking money today, would you donate to the Black Lives Matter organization?
After knowing that, no. No, if I knew that was the case, not until they can prove that they're doing the right things with the money. And not just Black Lives Matter, any organization.
For sure.
If there's anybody, especially if there's bad actors involved that are doing things wrong with said money, they need to be held accountable. But no, you don't just stop you don't stop the movement because of it.
I just think that people that support the Black Lives Matter, they need to ask those questions. They should demand that from the organization.
Stop it there. So that one guy, who's a part of his ideological cult, said, yeah, the organization should definitely be transparent where the money should go so people know what they're donating to. But that's not a reason to stop donating. You know what, if you want to flush your money down the toilet, just mail it to me. I will give you my P.O. box. Anyway, let's continue.
Well, I think people also, the issue is that people don't, they want to help but from afar, right? So if, you hear about the issues, you're like, yeah, I'd love to donate to this. Or, oh, starving kids in Africa, here's $1. You need to know what you're donating. You need to do your research, and you need to understand who's behind it, so you can follow up on your money. But people want to be so quick to say, oh my gosh, did you donate to this? I did. So, okay, you bought someone a new car is what you did.
Crazy because not many people are talking about it right now. And obviously it's an important topic.
It is, but if you don't know what you don't know, until I meet somebody like you that help us get informed.
I appreciate that.
Have a good day, man.
Thanks for talking to me. All right, everyone, that is it for today. So we got a lot of mixed responses, but keep in mind, we are in a very liberal area, and we ended up getting more people that said that they did not trust the Black Lives Matter organization than we thought we would.
All right, that was it, guys. Here's an FYI tip. I work for nonprofit. Every nonprofit organization has to have a sort of a certificate or a legal document on their website or in their office that shows the percentage that is going to the actual charity and to what's going to the administration fees. I worked for a nonprofit where 80-something% of our money that we raised went to the actual charity because we were grassroots, door to door. A lot of these really large organizations, a giant chunk of the money that you donate does not go to the actual charity or the cause. It goes to the administration fees because they have a large overhead and a lot of people working for them. So that's just FYI. So if you want to donate to a nonprofit, look for those things. I've been on the BLM website. They did not have that. They did not have that on there whatsoever, and there was nothing. There was no paper trail. There was no there was no links. There was nothing to show where the money was going. It was just a long ass drawn out paragraph about what they want to do, but there was no evidence whatsoever of what they actually have done with the money. It's really up to you to do your own research. I know people are busy, have busy lives, but if you're a grown-ass person, it really is your responsibility. Be accountable. Anyway, guys, that's it. Tell me what you think of this video, what they said, what I said. Do you still trust Black Lives Matter, the organization? Would you still donate to them or not? Let me know in the comment section below. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that button, get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal, my link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, subscribe. Another good way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop, links down below. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle or live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go to the description box below and also in the comment section. Hit the link, go subscribe to my travel vlog channel and or follow me on my travel Instagram. My storage is usually most up to date, and you guys have an amazing day. Bye!